Hello everybody, welcome to English on Friday the 22nd of January with Mrs. Craven. I hope you're all well and ready to do some more learning about our book The Robot and the Bluebird. So today we are learning to sequence sentences to describe a character, and to be successful we'd like you to be able to describe your character, to sequence your writing, and for you to vary your sentence starters, so change the way that your sentence begins. So we're going to reread the book so far up to the same page that we got to on Wednesday. So I will start with page 1 and I will read through with you to the page we got to on Wednesday. So there once was a robot with a broken heart. They did their best to fix him, but it wasn't any good. So he was sent to sit on the scrap heap with all the other old machines. He tried talking to them. He said, "My heart was broken, you know," but they didn't answer. So he lay down and looked up at the sky. He lay there for long dark nights and empty days. He lay there rusting in the autumn rain. He lay there in the winter snows. And there, one day, was a bluebird fighting against the freezing wind. She landed on his shoulder. "What are you doing here, little bird?" he said. "I'm flying south," she said weakly. "South where the sun shines, but I'm so cold and tired I can go no farther." "I'm sure you don't want to stay here," said the robot. "I'm rubbish." But the bluebird just shivered and said nothing. "There's a space where my heart used to be," the robot said gently. "You can sleep there if you like." Now, let's have a recap about what we already know about the bluebird. We're going to have a chat, and we're going to ask you at home and the children at school to imagine that you were either the bluebird or the robot. And we're going to ask if you're at home with your parent, or maybe you have a big brother or sister or another grown-up, you can pretend to be the other character if you're at home. So first, let's think about the bluebird. What did that piece of writing on the last page tell us about the bluebird? If you'd like to have a little pause and chat about what the bluebird's like, you can go back. If you want to go back a slide, back to this slide, and have a reminder of what the words told us about the bluebird and what sort of character she is, we can reread it and you can have a little look. I'll reread it to you here. It says, "And there one day was a bluebird fighting against the freezing wind. She landed on his shoulder. 'What are you doing here, little bird?' he said. 'I'm flying south,' she said weakly." So there is a clue. So she's not feeling very strong, she's very tired. "I'm flying south where the sun shines, but I'm so cold and tired I can go no farther." So she's feeling cold, tired, exhausted. And if we go on a little bit further, it says the bluebird just shivered and said nothing. So she's a quiet character. She's shivering, she's freezing, she's exhausted. Now, I want you to choose which character you would like to be. You can either be the bluebird or the robot. And if you're at home, then ask your grown-up to be the other character. And we are going to have a conversation in character. So you need to pretend that if you are the bluebird, you're not you anymore. You need to think, oh, how would the bluebird talk? What would her voice sound like? What sort of words would the bluebird say? What sentences would she say? Remember, she's feeling cold, tired, exhausted, freezing, maybe a bit scared. And if you're the robot, what would the robot say to the bluebird? Remember, he's just been very kind. He's found her on the scrap heap and said that she can sleep in his chest if she would like to. So he's going to be speaking to her very kindly. So remember, when we're having our conversation, what sort of things will they say to each other and how are they feeling? So we're going to have a practice. Mrs. Brackenbury's next to me, and Mrs. Brackenbury is going to be my robot, and I am going to be the bluebird. So we'll say hello to Mrs.
Hello,
Brackenbury. And actually, we should say hello, robot.
Hello, bluebird.
Hello. So we will start. I'll start by being the bluebird. So I'm not Mrs. Craven anymore. I'm bluebird, and Mrs. Brackenbury's gone. This is the robot. And I am the bluebird. So I'll say, oh, hello, Mr. Robot. I'm so tired.
Oh, I feel so sorry for you. You look so cold and tired.
I am so cold and tired. I have flown a long, long way. I was meant to be flying south for the winter, and I've got lost in the snowstorm.
I would really like to be your friend. I have been so lonely myself. I have sat here for almost a year.
That is a long time. I've lost all my bluebird friends. I have nowhere to live, and I don't have anyone to look after me. I'm so sad and worried.
Please do not worry, bluebird. I will be your friend and I will look after you. I have a little hole where my heart used to be. You could live there.
So kind of you. I am so cold. I thought I'd freeze to death this very night. Oh, will you help me find something warm to fill your heart for my nest?
Of course I will. We will be friends forever.
Oh, you are my hero. Thank you. Mrs. Craven's back.
And Mrs. Brackenbury's off again. Bye,
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Brackenbury. So now that we've shown you, you can have a little practice if you're at home, and at school we'll practice with our friends. Have a go, decide who you want to be, and then let your grown-up be the other character. Now, we've had a little go at practicing out loud, but today I'm going to move on, and we are really going to concentrate on the character of the bluebird. And we are going to write a character description about him or her. I'm not sure if he's a boy or a girl. So, in a character description, we want to find out or explain as much as we can about the bluebird. We want to think about what he looks like, his appearance, his personality, how he behaves, what his feelings are like. And I'd like you to do some writing to explain this to us. So, in our writing today, we are going to use subheadings to put your writing into an order, and I'll show you what subheadings are on my next slide. When we're writing about the bluebird and describing his character description, we want to think about using adjectives so that we give as much description as we can. So an adjective is a describing word, remember? So instead of just saying he has blue feathers, we could say he has bright blue feathers. Or we could say he has soft blue feathers. We could make our description as interesting as we can with adjectives. If we were talking about his personality, instead of just saying he was feeling sad, we could say he is a sad and lonely bluebird. He is feeling exhausted and very tired. Now I used the word and there, and is another type of word we want to use in our writing called a conjunction, and this will make your sentences longer and more interesting. And you can see on my slide that there are some more conjunction words on there, like because, but, and, when, so, and then. So you can make your sentences longer if you want to fly high today when you're writing about your bluebird. So, for example, if you were writing about his appearance, you could say the bluebird has soft blue feathers and he is very tiny and small. And our conjunction there is and. And also we've included lots of adjectives there. Let's move on. So, a subheading are little titles that we give to break up our writing. And the first subheading that I've used for our character description is at the top in green, and it says appearance. And a subheading should really be underlined. So I would write about his appearance first. That's the first part of my character description. And I've written, the bluebird has bright blue feathers and they look soft. When he flies, he looks tiny and small. Now, I have put some of my words in yellow, and I've put them in yellow because they are either adjectives describing words, or they are a conjunction, which are the two things we're trying to include in our writing. So I said he has bright blue feathers. So I've put those words in yellow because they are adjectives. I've put the word and in yellow because it is a conjunction. It's making our sentence longer. I put the word soft in yellow because it's a lovely adjective, and tiny and small are adjectives, and also the word and. Now you don't have to colour your sentences in yellow. I just put mine in yellow so those special words could stand out to you. Then my next subheading about his description, I put as personality and feelings. So you need to write another subheading, personality and feelings. And I wrote, the bluebird is feeling cold from his journey and is very tired. He has flown far and is shivery because of the snow and chilly winds. The poor bird is sad and tired. So all of those words highlighted in yellow are either adjectives or conjunctions. And they are the words we are trying to include in our writing today of our character description. Now, if you are flying high, you could try and write maybe 2 sentences for each of your character descriptions, for his appearance and for his personality and feelings. You may just want to write 1 sentence for each part, but try and include 1 adjective and 1 conjunction in each of your sentences. And if you'd like some support, that's absolutely fine. For the appearance, you could just write maybe 3 adjectives, 3 words, labels that describe your bluebird. And maybe for your personality and feelings, you could do the same. Just write 3 labels, 3 words that describe him, and you don't have to write in full sentences. And don't worry about conjunctions for your part of the work. Now remember, try and use capital letters, finger spaces, full stop, and read your work again to check that it makes sense and you haven't missed any words out. Oh, there we go. And I've just said again, if you want to support your children, you can draw a picture of the bluebird as well if you like, and just write some words to describe him. You don't have to write in full sentences, or you can ask your child to say the sentence, a whole sentence out to you out loud, and you can write it down